Now like to invite to the podium Mr. Amitabh Nag, Chief Executive Officer, Digital India Bhashini Division, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. Let us all put our hands together and welcome Mr. Amitabh Nag right here with us.
Mr. Ranjan and the dignitaries on the dais, thank you very much for inviting me here. So, first few minutes I'll talk about what we do as Bhashini, and then perhaps how it is transforming the lives of the people and, leading to a new kind of a world, and perhaps how you can be a part of it. So, Bhashini stands for Bhasha Interface for India. We are part of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It is a division within Digital India Corporation. And it is basically looking at translating one language to other. So we tackle 5 basic problems which we face when we are looking at multilingual country. We have 22 languages which are part of our constitution. We recognize if you speak any one of those 22 languages, that is automatic speech recognition. We translate any of these languages encoded in the computer to any other language among these 22, that is machine translation or text-to-text translation. We then enable computer to speak out all these 22 languages, which is text-to-speech. So that is another service which we give. Then we are looking at optical character recognition, again on these 22 languages, which are printed, scenic, or handwritten. And obviously we are in a journey, so we are tackled some languages are on the way to be tackled. How do we do it, or how did we make this possible? We used artificial intelligence as the base technology, created AI models which will actually learn from the data which is there. And one of the most significant part which you should know is that among the 22 languages, we have 7 to 8 languages for which digital data exists. Rest of the languages, we have to create the digital data. So we went around in the field with 200 translators using an application to create digital data based on which these models are getting trained. So it is an exercise on a nationwide basis which was carried out by us. We collaborated with almost 70 odd educational and research institutes in the country, divided them into 10 odd projects. Each of the projects tackled summarization of some of the problems, and the 70 institutes actually formed consortiums to actually build this and solve this particular thing for us. What does it do in thing? When you are talking about computer being able to listen to you, respond to you, translate it for you in your own language, we are actually, implementing or thinking about the things which were not hitherto thought of. While video translation, document translation, website translation are the low-hanging fruits which, we all can perhaps implement tomorrow, the idea of reimagining of user journeys using voice as a medium has actually thrown open a lot of other, use cases which were hitherto unheard. So I'll start giving some examples, and perhaps there could be multiple examples, and these examples should give you some kind of can become a design thinking workshop to actually think about more what can be done with the things today. So, with the system of transliteration and translation which was possible, all the banks in the country actually issue Kisan Credit. And when they issue Kisan Credit as a financing option, they have the land records of all the farmers are on the vernacular language within the state. And earlier what used to happen was that the farmers used to get the land records translated or transliterated, then go to the bank, and bank would then issue the thing, because bank understands most of the time English or Hindi as such. With the system which RBI has developed interfaced with Bhashini, what happens is that the land records get transliterated online, and theoretically a loan can be given within 7 to 8 minutes, impacting about 1.5 crore loans a year which these banks issues. The second thing which we had done with Ministry of Agriculture is that the PM Kisan Samman Nidhi transfers about, 3 times a year, a certain sum of money to about 11 crore farmers. There could be even 1% of them might have some challenges, and we have provided a chatbot within PM Kisan Me Mitra, app, where the person can go and ask that my payment has not happened. He will authenticate, asking for Aadhaar number and or mobile number, send a OTP, and then say that your payment has not been received because of your Aadhaar is not linked with the bank account, or your land has not been registered or otherwise. So entire user journey here is carried out through voice, which is complete reimagination of the things which he has to do. And the loss, the farmer is actually knowing what the challenge is, and then he can perhaps focus on solution rather than figuring out for multiple days what the problem is. We worked with NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, to make something which is very reality, is that if a person does not know how to read, write, or is on the other side of the digital and literacy divide and maybe has some knowledge about the numbers, he can speak out to say that send 100 rupees to my father at the end of the day when he has earned 100 rupees, and it can go through the transaction using voice and PIN number. So, again, reimagining of user journey when you're using voice and translation mechanism. He is doing it his own language. We have launched this on Hindi and English, and soon we are going to be, working on Tamil, Telugu, and other languages which we are working. And there will be more use cases on this. There will be use cases with respect to FASTag, charge the FASTag, charge the, pay the gas cylinder bill, etc., which is going to be, a normal way and things of the life. With, again, working with NCRB, what we did was that, local FIRs and local prosecution data always is in local language, which are always accepted by the district courts. But when the cases move to High Court, the language is different. Generally, it is English, Hindi, or some other language. We did an online translation of the case diary within the workflow process system to enable this thing to work out. We have integrated the system with eOffice. So in the next release of eOffice, you will be able to dictate to eOffice in your own language the noting sheet, which is going to be a sea change and the transformation which you are trying to work upon in this world. With the police organizations and the police academy here, we had actually worked upon to help the IOs go to the field and, crime scene and actually transcribe the crime scene through voice so that the case sheet can be prepared through the voice itself, and not go back and actually do the typing work, etc., and remember half the things and half the things are not remembered. This is getting piloted and getting launched, and incidentally 14, 15 of the police stations here in Telangana are the pilot stations for that. So when I am trying to actually look at, there is another thing which we have done with Department of Justice. We all encounter some of the legal problems once in a lifetime. And in fact, if we are not in lawyer, we don't know what to do about it. So what we had done was that we created a chatbot on which you can ask the chatbot in your own language, what do I do if my, rented house is not getting a thing? I've lost my Aadhaar card, what do I do? Whatever has got a legal ramification, you can ask the chatbot, and chatbot will respond on voice with your own language saying that, you need to go to this, you need to do point A, point B, point C, right? So that's what we are doing, from a perspective of mere translation of books or documents, we are actually getting into the lives of your workflow, day-to-day workflow, from end-to-end basis, which is basically allowing you to work without feeling that you don't know another language. At some point in time, we were all told that if you don't know English, you are doomed, and hence we learned that language and started, progressing. While as we want to make the life of people simple, we are not saying you don't, learn another language. All that we are saying that at least language will not be a barrier for your progress. So what next? When we are doing all of this, what next which we want? We request all of you to come up with those use cases. which you feel where the language is barrier for a general citizen, government's interaction with the citizen with respect to governance as well as service delivery. And we will work together with you to develop those use cases using the services which we have developed and help you to solve those problems. One of the things which I would like to caution that this is an AI-based technology, and we have trained the models on certain data sets which are available with us. We are on the lookout to create more data, create or acquire more data sets, and that's a place where you can help, because every domain has its own glossary. The legal domain will have its own glossary. The administration domain will have its own glossary. And once we deploy the system, we learn what are the mistakes. We go back and retrain the model and then come back. The NPCI system was developed in similar way. We deployed the system, the accuracy fell to about 50 to 60%. When we picked up the data from the field and tackled those mistakes, we were in a position to get the accuracy up to 95% when NPCI decided to launch those systems. And similar is the case with other people. So there is a collaboration with respect to with every one of you possible on how do we, ensure that we go on to a challenge of becoming 100% accurate. How do we become part of our daily life so that we are not burdening anyone to learn a new language, to work and take it up. So in effect, we are in the diverse multilingual society where we are in. We are actually using AI for national integration and serving the people, making the life of the people easy. Thank you very much.